Hey, welcome to the Worderella Writes podcast with me, Belinda Kroll. I write and illustrate cozy fantasy romance, and this is a little sneak behind the scenes. I am so glad you're here today. All right, guys, so this is the first episode. It's our intro to the Worderella Writes podcast. And, you know, the funny thing is, I had a little book that was to help writers write, and it was called Worderella Writes. I don't want this podcast to be writer-focused. I want it to be about 70% reader-focused and 30% writer-focused because, you know, I think all of us are readers and writers, but this is really meant to be a podcast to get a sneak peek behind the scenes for my writing, my universe, which currently includes the Hesitant Medium series, which is about Victorian spinsters who have to deal with annoying ghosts and fall in love with sweet men despite themselves. And the fact that I have started to illustrate my books. So, you know, this is going to be a lot of just behind the scenes, digging into character backstories, digging into my inspiration for things. I'm going to try to keep it short. I want these to be no more than like 10 or 15 minutes long. And you know what? We'll see where it goes. At this point, I'm thinking we'll do one season a year, roughly 10 episodes from January to April, and then see how things go. There is a reader poll or a listener poll. Sorry, I'm an author. I think about readers all the time. So there's a listener poll in the show description. It will take you to a Google form. I am always seeking feedback, so please do let me know. And hey, welcome to the show. So let's do a teaser for the format of this podcast. This week, I have been waiting for the swag items for my Kickstarter for A Spirited Engagement. So those of you who may not know, my book 2 in the Hesitant Medium series, which is a standalone interconnected series, we did a Kickstarter back in the fall of 2024. At the time of this recording, is early January 2025, and I just received the bookmarks. So this means that I can now start packing the swag packs and ship them out to backers. The swag packs included stickers, art prints, bookmarks, and a custom tee that I designed through adagio.com. And it is a delightful tee, let me tell you. I love tea. I'm a loose leaf tea aficionado. This has a red base, like a rooibos tea. And it has, I think, some vanilla and some like citrus. So it's warm, but it can be both. It can be bright if you want to use it with honey, or it could be just sort of warm and comforting if you decide to add creamer to it. It's a very versatile tea. Anyway, I've been working on pulling together the swag packs this week for the Kickstarter. Recently, I've been reading a lot of Eliza Prokopovits. She has a series of sweet Regency fairy tale books that are delightful. I've been burning through them. They're so good. Like, grab a blanket, grab a cup of tea, and, you know, just kind of have a little smile as you're reading these books. Today, I think, you know, other than introducing the episode or introducing the show and chatting a little bit about my work and what I've been reading, really, I guess I'll talk a little bit about why I wanted to start a podcast. And really, it's just another way to connect with readers. I love the idea of organic reach, of people finding each other because, you know, they're interested in the same things. So if you love cozy fantasy romance, if you love illustrations, if you're a fan of Sailor Moon, Charmed, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I know I'm dating myself by saying these things, but these are the things that inspired my writing, or at least why I'm bringing magical elements into my historical romances. So, you know, I mean, if you're here for any of that, those are the things I'm going to be talking about here. So I have sort of one final question for you, which is, are there things you'd like to hear? I think the first couple episodes, I am going to be chatting about behind the scenes of Hesitant Mediums, little things like, is there a theme across the books? Are there reasons why certain mediums have certain affinities to their particular sense? We can get into what the sense means. But if you have any questions, let me know. There is a reader poll in the show description. And otherwise, the outro is going to tell you where to find me. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm nervous. But all in all, I hope this will be fun for you and for me. So let's get to it. Thanks for joining me today. You can find my signed and illustrated editions, bookish merch, and bullet journals for writers on my website, worderella.com. Regular editions of my fiction are available at libraries and all major retailers. Worderella Writes runs as a single annual season with roughly 10 episodes running from January to April each year. Connect with me, Belinda Kroll, through the reader poll in the show description, on Instagram as Worderella, on Patreon as Worderella, or my website, worderella.com. That's Cinderella, but with words. If you enjoyed this episode, support the podcast by sharing it with a friend, leaving a 5-star rating and review, and subscribing so you never miss an episode. Until next time, take care, and may all your mood reads be excellent.